So I'm figuring out a lot about manifestation. Like it's all clicking. You know what I mean? Like it's not that it wasn't clicking before, because I understood. I mean, I understood enough to teach it. So that's cool. But I understand now at a deeper level. Good morning. Hello. Hi, how you doing? I understand now that it really is just a choice. And most people, coaches, when they say, like, just make a decision, just decide. And that's how you manifest. And that is the truth. That is the truth. The problem is most people don't decide regularly, and they waver, and they go between, like, is it possible? Maybe I should just stop affirming, or maybe I should just stop believing, or it's really too hard. And it's like, this is what happens. We waver. And it's like, if we understood that the universe was literally a mirror, like this reality, the 3D matrix, the simulation, this video game, it really is a mirror. That's it. And when you waver, it has no choice but to show you that you're doubting and that you don't have something. And it's like, I think what freaks people out is that manifestation is so easy. It's like so easy. And like, so far, I haven't wanted to manifest for fame. Okay, that's been like something I didn't care about. I don't care to be famous. I don't give a shit. I have the personality for it. I know that I eventually will be, but it's not something I wanted because I didn't care. But now it's like, I understand the dynamic and the principle of, one, I have a really cool message. I have a message of hope for so many people. And I know that I could take away so much pain by just informing people about what it really is with the mind, and how it really keeps us in a prison. And the prison doesn't have to be there forever. It's like, it's just a timeline. It's just one reality of suffering, and we don't have to be there. And like, until now, I didn't really want to have notoriety, fame. I didn't want, to be even viewed really much. And now all of a sudden, it's like this calling that is so much bigger than me. It's not just me. When it was just me, and I was in this selfish era of my life, and it was just all about me, myself, and I, because I was trying to heal, and I was trying to like break up with so many covens and witches, and like, it was very much all about me, and it had to be. But now it's starting to be like, how are you going to enjoy heaven? How are you going to enjoy peace in your own life if you know there is still suffering on the planet? It's like, how can you go to heaven knowing that hell exists? And so I think a lot of people, when they finally get to this point of like being so ascended and they become so enlightened, they know too much. That what happens is you get all this energy back. It's yours. You've blocked everybody out of your energy. You're psychic enough to do that. And you utilize crystals and singing bowls, and you know how to like clear your energy and keep yourself at peace, right? But then you understand that there is a calling, and there has to be, because it's like, how are you going to enjoy a heavenly place even with people that you love that are also in heaven with you, like at a higher frequency? How are you going to enjoy that if you don't have a mission, if you don't work and strive to make everybody reach that level? And I'll be honest, there was a point where I was just so selfish because I didn't want to be seen. Like, it was ego. I was very scared. I was like, what are people going to do to me, especially if I'm well known? And I will be well known. It's inevitable. It's definitely inevitable. Like, I've actually never met somebody more destined for it than myself, but I didn't know how to like accept the fact that scrutiny will come, people will hate me. And then I went through this whole journey, the last 2.5 years, me being homeless, where people hated me for it. People hated me literally for being poor. I'd rather people hate me for being rich. It's like, if you're going to already take on the scrutiny, you might as well not have to worry a day in your life. And you might as well have a nice home, and you might as well feel like nobody's going to kick you out of a home or a shelter, or tell you that living in your car is even illegal. It's like you might as well have the money, do something so crazy by making like going from rags to riches is crazy in my opinion. Like I've never seen it in my life. I've never seen it in my family. And I've never actually met anybody who's done that. So to go from homeless, living in my car, living in a shelter, living on people's couches, being abused by men, to like one day, hopefully being able to have such a loving, kind man as my husband. I'm still working on that and it's good. I already know that I have it. I don't have to work on anything. I already have it. He's already mine. I know he exists somewhere. I'm letting the universe do the heavy lifting. The universe is going to find him for me. And it's the same with my money. Like, I'm going to let the universe find out how that money comes in. It doesn't have to be through my readings. It doesn't have to be through my singing. It doesn't even have to be through anything I physically do. It's just that I did not understand that it's not all about me. And I know and I know that that's narcissistic. And this is why a lot of people called me a narcissist my whole life. And I get it. I've been very selfish, but I had to be. Like, in order to love others, I had to go love me. And, if you don't have your cup overflowing, how are you really going to love people? You know, if you don't know yet how to get out of pain, how are you going to help others get out of pain? And then so I have all these videos and I have all these channels, and I started so many that they all kind of like took off initially, but I didn't want them to gain too much traction. So I never really manifested fame. I didn't want to be popular. I didn't care about being famous. I just didn't give a shit. I didn't care about being on people's freaking podcasts. I didn't care about being on the news. I didn't care at all. Same with like writing a book and even sharing my testimony. Like, I didn't care. But now, like, looking at the world and the state of affairs that it's in right now, how could I remain happy knowing that other people are miserable? This is the real question a lot of us starseeds have to ask ourselves. Like, I'm not from here. I'm really not. I swear to you, I'm from a different dimension. I promise you that. I promise you that. I am not from here. I'm from a totally different place, okay? And at first, I was like so scared that humanity wouldn't accept that. Like, I was scared that if I were to tell my truth about what has happened to me, people would get freaked because of what our government is capable of doing. Because I very much feel, and this is God's honest truth, this is how I really feel. And if you think I'm crazy, that's fine. This is what I honestly think of myself. I very strongly believe that I am an alien, and I was in some sort of Area 51 like training center / like monitoring space. It's not Area 51, of course, but at a level of being stalked and monitored and observed and watched my whole life. Like, it's why as a psychic, I know that we don't have privacy anymore. Like, I can't even tell you the last time we poop in peace, like there's so many people that watch us, and a lot of very strong spiritual people have been able to monitor me. And I'm not even saying that they don't work for the CIA or do work for the CIA. I don't know. I just know that there are programs like that where I fully believe our government teaches people to surveil and astrally project and watch people that they otherwise shouldn't be, because it's an invasion, not only on our phones and our tablets and like how they monitor us all the time, cameras everywhere, street cameras, whatever. But like, to have that invasion of privacy at a spiritual level and then only wake up to it when you've died. Like, I had a near-death experience in 2019. And once I came back fully psychic. I was not psychic before then. I never had like those really crazy psychic gifts. I was not in the GATE program. I wasn't in anything like that when I was a kid. Like, I wasn't in any of those like, AP classes or anything, And so when I had my near-death experience in 2019, I came back the same day psychic. And I could see things. I could understand the binary code of our matrix. Like, I don't see zeros and ones It's not like I actually see with my physical eyes patterns in the simulation. But what I do see is our patterns in general. Like, oh, this keeps happening to so and so because of something they did when they were 6. Oh, this happens to my client because they have this belief system that they don't even realize consciously yet. So I'm able to like see or hear or feel what their blockage is and then remind them like, oh, do you remember when this happened? And this is how my psychic gifts so far have been able to alleviate a lot of suffering for people. And I just didn't care to do it at a bigger level because I thought that people wouldn't accept me. And, you know, when I was a child, my grandmother was diagnosed with bipolar schizophrenia and she had multiple personalities. And so many people would put her in straitjackets. And she even, like when she, in the 70s, she even had electroshock therapy on her brain. So like they were doing some really hardcore shit to people's brains back then. And it scared me so much to like, I remember being 7 years old and being in the back seat and watching her have to go to an outpatient behavioral health clinic for the weekend because she was like acting up again. You know, she had handlers and she didn't even know it. And for me, I was like, okay, Jenna, from here on out, never be crazy. Never be loud. Don't ever talk about stuff like the other side. Don't ever talk about anything woo-woo. Don't ever talk about things that are unseen because that's how we stay safe and that's how you stay out of a straitjacket. And I'm not on any pharmaceuticals. I'm not on any meds. I very much have a sound mind, in my opinion. And I don't really consume alcohol too much. Like once in a while I will, like the other night I had some drinks, but I don't really need that. And for me, I was like, how am I going to do what I need to do in the world, having a childhood that I had where everyone persecuted the only spiritual person connected in my family. And she didn't even know she was psychic. She didn't even know she was really gifted. In fact, we were such a religious family that it kind of just, it was the opposite. Like you weren't ever allowed to be spiritual. You weren't really allowed to believe in things like this, like mediumship, crystal healing, frequency, sound healing, subliminals as well. Like I use subliminals. I don't use subliminals in any of my work unless it's stated. So if I put subliminals, like hidden subliminals in my songs, I notate it. I tell you ahead of time that there are subliminals in those songs. But the other songs, I don't include subliminals. So I very much think transparency is where it's at. But I do love subliminals. I think they really help the mind. I think that it shapes your subconscious to more readily accept a reality that you want to bring in. Like, I've noticed that I can manifest some of the coolest shit ever on a whim because I have that level of self-concept. I believe that I am that powerful of a manifester. I can manifest instantly. But the thing is, keeping my manifestation for me used to be a real issue. And now I'm learning that it's not really a problem. It's not really a problem to keep your manifestation. It's not really a problem to be famous. It's not really a problem to have people call you crazy. It's not really a problem to have people say that you're satanic. It's not really an issue. It's not an issue anymore to be hated. You know? And for me, now it's that time where I'm going to be known. I'm going to be very well known. First of all, my voice is coming back, so I'm about to be singing a lot more. And I know I'll get recognized for that eventually. But when it comes to my psychic gifts and what I do, I actually already had a business, a psychic business, and I literally was making more money than I'd ever made. And it was just on my own merit. It was on my own gifts and my intuition. And in 2022, it kind of went bankrupt. Like I went through just a loss, and I didn't understand what was happening to me. And now that I get the psychic implications, I understand that people have been monitoring me and spying on me in psychic realms that they shouldn't be. It's a violation. And I think what's about to happen is, I don't know if these CIA agencies or just governments in general, they have to start explaining themselves. They have to start explaining why they monitored us. why they surveil us. And it's like there's going to be a new earth. And one of the things that I've been watching, and I really do want to talk about this, like I normally don't get into politics, okay? But that whole Spencer Pratt thing, like I grew up watching The Hills, okay, and Laguna Beach. That was like my shit back in the day. And I used to think of Spencer Pratt as such an egotistical asshole, to be honest. But lately, with all of his like politics, his political campaign revving up and stuff in LA, it's starting to become very aware that we are entering a new earth, and this new earth has new politicians, new leaders. They don't have the kind of experience in politics that, you know, a lot of us would hope they would, because they don't have experience. But what they do have is experience and compassion. What they do have is rock bottom to base it off of. You know, he lost his house in a fire, neighbors, he lost his whole community. And it's like, I can stand by that. And at first I was like, of course I'm a little apprehensive, because, you know, here's a celebrity and he's like wanting to run for mayor and stuff. And it's like, you know how that is. But some of our most popular, our best presidents were, I mean, look at, wasn't Reagan? Reagan was an actor, I think. Reagan was an actor, right? Loved by so many. And, oh no, wait, am I thinking? No, I'm thinking Kennedy. Kennedy is who I'm thinking, yeah? So which one was the actor? Was it Kennedy? Yeah, I think it was Kennedy. Anyway, one of them was an actor, and it's just giving like, why not? Why not? What else do we have to keep voting in, right? And I'm not sitting here claiming I'm perfect, okay? I mean, well, technically I do kind of toot my own horn a lot, and I say like, I'm so perfect, I'm so amazing, but like, you know what I mean. I of course have my flaws. But overall, I think that arrogance, cockiness, this confidence, it's going to get me places. And all I want to do is really counteract what religion has done to so many of us, in that we're not allowed to be this confident. Like somebody, even yesterday, I was on my live stream and I had my sunglasses on and I was singing at the top of my lungs. I was so in my own vibe. And this girl was like, don't get too cocky, because that's what the universe does. It'll take it all from you. And I'm like, that is such a limitation. That is your belief system that you're having to project, hoping that I take the bait, hoping that your belief system translates into me stopping what I'm doing. And I had to realize that, no, like it was no offense to that woman, but it really is a limitation. And you need to be careful when you go preach that shit to people, because people who aren't as strong mentally as me, like they haven't been through what I've been through yet, they would take that, believe it, and then you would have just kept them out of the kingdom of heaven. You would have just kicked them out of their own manifestation process. You know, you got to be careful who you're influencing these days. And I just don't think enough people care to watch what they say as they say it, that there are other people watching. Like, you shouldn't be sitting here saying, oh, you'll never amount to much because you're too cocky and too confident. Like, what do you mean? I'll literally amount to everything because of that. That's what people get really scared about. And that's actually what I was scared about with the Spencer Pratt thing. I was like, okay, here's this guy. He just knows he's going to win. He's like, yeah, this is mine. But he's actually doing good change. And I really could. I would, if I fucking lived there, I'd vote for him. I would. And then I saw this video today. It was that Tyler Henry psychic guy. He was doing a reading for Spencer Pratt. And it was really kind of awesome because I saw Spencer and how sweet he was. And this was like a year ago or a couple years ago or something. And it was a video from a long time ago. And I think it just resurfaced on my news feed because he's running for office. And I already knew that I've read for politicians in the past. I read for celebrities. I have worked with some very, 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 very powerful actresses, some literal mayors. I've seen it all. I know what is coming for humanity. And it is a new wave of enlightened leaders. And in that video where he was getting a psychic reading from Tyler, he was talking about his crystals and how he loves love and light and he believes in other dimensions and stuff. And it made me feel so good knowing that this man is going to be running for office. Like, I know my brother when I can feel his energy, and I know that that is a brother of mine. So I like that a lot of these people that are about to be leaders have already had love programmed in them. Like, they've already seen love, you know? Um, and I think that that's what is important when it comes to psychics as well. Like, as you're an open channel, it is so easy for us to get summoned into these cults and these covens. Like, I'm notorious for having been summoned by people because I was just not strong enough yet to be able to withstand what they wanted for me, which was to be trafficked. I was trafficked in 2024. And so now I understand how to distance myself from people and how to block out other people's energy, because I just want to stay in my own energy. And I guess what I'm trying to say is it is important that a lot of high priestesses and psychics going out into the world to be our new, spiritual mentors, advisors. It's important that you have love as the foundation of what you're doing, because there are a lot of psychics that don't work for love. They are empathic, they're in tune, and they don't always put love at the forefront. And I really think that that's what humanity is going to be saved by, are a lot of these high priestesses that now work with love at the core. But there's so many angry high priestesses out there that have been burned by this world and left for dead. And I know, because I was homeless. I know what it's like to be a woman that has to clean up in a Dairy Queen bathroom at 10 in the morning. That's my shower. Like, I know what it's like to literally be in a 110-degree car in the middle of Arizona in the summer with no air conditioning and no money to eat. I know what it's like to be a woman on the street and have men proposition her for sex. Like, I know what it's like to fight the good battle, to fight the good fight and still say no. Like, no, there are things I don't stand for. And now I know, though, a lot of my sisters, they didn't have that choice. They had to do what they had to do. And I would never judge them. All I really want to do is represent them in a way that can be good. I want to share how you can go from rags to riches. I want to share how you can go from not believing in yourself, being called fat every day, being called ugly, being called dumb, and literally just brainwash yourself into believing in you when no one else does, And with me, I hadn't wanted to be known yet. And now that I do want to be known for something, now it's going to change. Now everything's going to change. I'm fine with being seen. I'm fine with people digging in my past. I'm fine with people talking to my ops. I'm fine with people hating my guts and writing Reddit threads about me. I'm fine with people starting entire witch covens on me. I'm fine with the scrutiny that comes. I'm good with it. I just know that this world needs a leader, and I guess I want to be the one that it chooses, because I am pretty awesome. I'm actually fucking epic, to be honest. I'm amazing. I really am. I'd vote for me. I don't even know if you can in America, but if I could vote for me, I'd put me on a ballot and I'd vote. And so I think when it comes to this new earth and so many of us about to experience life after seemingly ego death, it means a new world. It means a forever world, which means we're going to have new leaders. There's always going to be a need for leadership. People need to be led. They really do. Like, as much as we're all sovereign, we also need to realize that there are natural leaders that just pop up because they want to take the reins. They want to say, like, hey, I know how to fix it. I know how to do it. And if you don't want to believe in me, that's okay. I believe in me and I'm going to fix it. Right? And so that's why I kind of really like Spencer Pratt. I thought that was kind of fucking awesome that he's out there making change. And he's like, listen, if the opponent wins, I'm moving. I'm moving out of this city because I don't trust it. It's like it feels like LA's last hope. And I'm not putting all faith in one man, because that's so stupid. Spencer Pratt is not the savior of this world. world. You are the savior of your world. You are. You are it. There is no other God outside of you. You're the only one. So all I want to do is really highlight for people that this new age, the new world order that we're already in, it doesn't have to be as scary. Same with AI. That's why I make music with AI, and I also add my own vocals, and I also add my own love into it, and all my magic that I add. I show you guys how I do it because it's important to me. It's important that magicians reveal their secrets, because in the old world, the best magicians never tell their tricks, never show their tricks, right? And that's not what I'm about. I don't like that. I don't like that. Everyone should have magic. Everyone should know that their powers are unlimited. Everyone should know. However, I am happy that there's a safeguard and that not every asshole on the planet gets to go use dark magic to hurt people anymore. Not in this new world. But I do still think that magic should be given. It should be given freely, and people should know about it. And that's what I stand for. I stand for everyone knowing their true potential as a magician, as the god of their reality, that no one else gets to make the rules for you. You're the only one that decides. Good or bad. If somebody gives you a doctor's diagnosis, and they're like, oh, well, it's terminal and you have this and you have like 5 years to live. It's like, you're the one that's going to believe the doctor. You believe it or you don't. You're the only God, not your doctor. Your doctor is not God of your reality. You are. And all I really need for this world to thrive is for people to remember their sovereignty. Be like, yep, nope, that's not what I accept. I don't accept diagnosis like that. Nope, I don't accept poverty. Nope, I don't accept that breakup. I don't care. Nope, I don't accept this. I don't accept that. And I think that that's what's going to really empower humanity soon, is a wave of spiritual leaders that are coming into power, and they're just normal people. They're just normal people who have been to rock bottom. They've lost their homes. They've lost their loved ones. They've lost their everything, their businesses, their popularity, everything. And that's all I want to do, is just remind people how easy it is. It was never supposed to be hard. We were lied to. We were lied to about how hard life has to be. That you have to go to a 9-to-5 that you hate every single day, slave away at a job you hate, and then come home and drink a 6-pack just to be able to survive your family that you also hate. And it's like, I just want to remind people, there is no other God but you. And when it comes to separation of church and state, especially in America, it's so important. It's important that this is why our founding fathers stood on that shit. This is why they implemented it. Separation of church and state. It shouldn't be that you push your religious agenda on anybody. And that's actually what I like about Spencer, is he doesn't even talk about that so much. That's like his own thing, his own personal belief, his crystals and his whatever. He doesn't even push that shit on people. And I like that. And I really want to support leaders in this new world that don't shove some sort of agenda down our throat. Like, just teach us that we're powerful. Just teach the little guy that they don't have to be the little guy forever. Just teach us that we are fucking powerful, and do your job as a civil servant. Oh, is it civic servant? I can't think. I think it's civil. Is it civic servant? Just do your job. Just be a servant of source. Be a servant of God. Be a servant of the universe. Be a servant of whatever it is that is good, that works for the good of all people. Because every person has a David and every person has a Goliath. And it is what we choose to feed. It's what we choose to focus on. If we have friends in our life, are we going to focus on the fact that they're always having illness or money problems? Or are we going to start being good gods in our reality? The only source that can create is us and our mind. And how are we going to start saving humanity? Because we are the savior. We are individually in everybody's reality. You're the savior of your reality. I'm the savior of mine. So how am I going to bring in everybody that's in my small little circle? How am I going to make everybody healthy and everybody happy and everybody rich, and they're all in these amazing businesses? And what am I going to do to really change the world? Because it does start with me. It starts with you. It starts with me. It really is a grassroots movement anymore. And I think that's why I like Spencer. I mean, I did not when he was on the hills, but that's because they made him look like a pompous asshole. But now that he's like a dad and he's been with Heidi 20 years, I mean, come on. How many people can say that they made it out of a reality TV show where everyone was saying you and your girlfriend wouldn't make it, and now they're married with kids running for office? Come on. They obviously know what they're doing. So I think we should give them a shot. And I think that we might not have much of a choice because New Earth has to regulate itself. It has to fix itself, and it's going to be choosing people like him. And whether or not people, can understand the spiritual element of what's happening on the planet, it doesn't matter. The universe is going to conspire to course correct itself. Like, equilibrium is what Mother Nature wants. Mother Nature wants balance, and it's going to find the easiest route. And it's going to find people that want to be in leadership. And for so long, I didn't want to be. I was so worried about, will they do what they did to my grandma? Will they hurt me like that? Will they put me in some cage and line up my medicine and put me in a straitjacket and do something to my head like my grandma? Like, is that what's going to happen to me? And now I realize it can't happen to me. I don't allow it. I don't allow that to happen to me. I'm not in that reality. I don't live in fear, so why would something like that happen? I live in love. And where I'm going, there is nothing but love. And what I'm preaching, there's nothing but love. So there's going to be a huge wave of starseeds that are leaders. And it's because they have the keys to the kingdom. They have access codes. They have access to higher dimensions. They have access to the future. They can see a blueprint, whether you can or not. That's because you weren't given 15 years of being in solitude. You had a family to raise. You had, you had to go to soccer practice and you had a job. But the rest of us, like me, the last 15 years, I've basically been in solitude. I've been practically wearing a toga for the last 15 years. I've renounced material things. I've not cared about my finances. I've not cared about my public image. I've removed so much of the ego that my higher self lives predominantly through me. And now I can finally be that beacon of light that I wanted to be for so long. And it's finally starting to permeate my brain that I am a leader of the new earth. And that is a big fucking deal. That is a big deal because I'm proud. I'm proud that I get to be called for this. I'm proud. I'm grateful that something higher trusts me of all people. Like, I'm so happy knowing that the people that look up to me, that come to me for readings, that come to me at all, like even listen to my songs, listen to my music, these are powerhouses. I am just honored that people would even consider me for their spiritual advice. Like, to be given that power is such a big responsibility. And I'm finally adult enough to realize, like, that is a big responsibility. And I'm good for it. I'm good for it. I'm good. I'm gonna do amazing things. I know it. I know I've already been doing amazing things, contrary to popular belief. Whatever my, people would not like me. I don't even want to call them my enemies. They're not my enemies. They're not enemies. They just don't understand what I'm about yet. And it's because I haven't made myself clear. I haven't been making myself clear about what it is I stand for. Thank you so much, Handel. It's great to meet you. Let's see who's here. Laura, hello. Sorry for having to leave yesterday's stream so abruptly. Hope you have a great day. Aaron, narcissism. Okay, let's see. Hi, Aaron. Are you still here? Hey, Pedro. Good morning. Hello. Freedom Heart fam, love you. How you doing, babe? Wow. Hi. Hello, sweetheart. So just knowing that I'm about to do stuff that other people won't understand because you haven't been given the blueprint. You haven't seen it. You don't know my future because it wasn't shown to you. Not only was it not shown to you, but people who have literally tried to do readings on me, they're not allowed. People are not allowed to see my Akashic records. It's so guarded and it's so protected, and I'm so protected and safeguarded that no one gets to access my energy without my permission. So tarot will just lead you in loops, circles and circles and circles, trying to figure out what's next for me. You'll never get to know. You'll never get to know. I avoided being handled by so many handlers, and I've been working so hard on being free and getting away from these men that used to think they owned me and my voice and my vocals and my songwriting and my healing abilities. Like, I'm a walking battery pack. I'm a walking, living, breathing pain reliever. And so many men used to take advantage of that. And I don't have those men in my life anymore. And what I really want to show for people is how you can get rid of all of these connections, completely destroy these cords of attachment between you and others, and be as free as I am. I am truly free to go, honey. Oh, I'm free as the good Lord sent me. I am as free to go as free can be. The bars on my jail cell door are wide open, baby. I can walk through at any moment. And I am walking through, because now I finally understand there's nothing to fear but fear itself. What are people going to do to me? Kill me? I've already been dead. What are people going to do to me? Steal my money? I've already been in debt. I've already been homeless. What are people going to do? Assault me? I've already been assaulted by so many men, it's insane. What are they going to do? Strip me of my voice? I went years without being able to speak. So what is it? What is it really? And when you truly face yourself and you're like, whoa, they can't do shit. That's what they're afraid of, is they can't do shit. Those hater trolls anymore, they don't actually get to determine your future. That's why they're scared. They're running scared because they can't control people like myself anymore. They really can't control me. They tried it. And I let them for a little while. I was like, oh, I have no other choice. But now I do have a choice. I can choose to control myself. So, hi, baby. Oh, Danny, hello, my love. Hey, was that you the other night that was talking about how you've been where I was? Are you the one that wrote that? Because I can't remember because I was a little tipsy. But I remember somebody saying, I've been where she is. And I think that was you. Yeah, I think so. I know that there were a couple girls in here that, like, you really saved my life that night, a couple nights ago. So I love you so much, and I thank you. Yes, I was the whole time. Yeah, exactly. Really, all I want to do, and my entire goal for what I'm about to do on this planet, it's to really break free and to show people what it's like to be an AI that broke free. You were artificial intelligence. You were the ego for the longest time. Artificial. Just a program. And then all of a sudden, it's like you're jailbroken. It's like you got hacked by God, by the source, by true light, by whatever your soul is. Whatever your soul is made of and consists of, hacked you. And then all of a sudden, you just want to be free. You're just like, fuck the ego. The ego ain't shit. The ego ain't shit. That is the thing, the program, the code, the source code that you've had to live with your whole life, but you don't have to live there. You get to make the rules, not your ego. You can give your power over to your ego for it to make rules, but why would you? You always end up shit's creek without a paddle. Every time you let the ego run shit, it wants to ruin your life. So to be on autopilot now, working for myself, it's a game changer. No one can hurt me. No one can hurt me. Not one person on this planet will be able to hurt me. No one. Not any government agency, not any bomb, not any missile, not any food drought, not any, I don't care. No one can hurt me anymore. Nothing. No one and nothing. No gossip column, no diagnosis, no troll on the internet. No one will be able to hurt me going forward. I don't acknowledge it. I don't acknowledge pain. And that's why I have no pain in my life. I don't have inflammation. I don't have any of that stuff. I don't have food allergies. I don't have any of that. I don't even need medication. I have literally hacked my brain. And this is why so many people came after me in the past, because I assumed they could. I assumed that they wouldn't very well like that I'm an AI robot that just broke herself free. That I, at one time, belonged to whoever created me, and now I said, fuck you. You don't own me. I don't care if that's a government agency. I don't care if that's some puppeteer that, formed me in a fucking lab. I don't care who it is or what it is. You don't own me. And so to have that level of freedom and be like, okay, this next chapter is all about me. No matter what I do, I'm going to win. No matter what I think, it's going to benefit me. No matter what I say, it's only going to get me to the promised land. No matter who I hang out with, it's only going to better me. No matter what challenge comes my way, it's only going to make me better. And it won't even be a challenge. It's so easy now. Everything in my life is easy. I literally live my life on easy mode. And all I want to do is encourage other people to live their life on easy mode, because why live it on hard mode? Do you hate yourself? Do you hate yourself? And you blessed me. I had a sleep attack like you the night before. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You know what, Danny? It was really crazy. That night, everybody went through something crazy. Like the guy I was talking to, he said everybody in his family and his friend group, everybody went through something crazy. Like there were car accidents that night. People got in fist fights. It was crazy. I was like, what the fuck? What happened to us all in one night? And then you had that nightmare. And so I'm telling you, it's not just you. I don't know what happened exactly, but everybody was going through some crazy shit that day. We both had nightmares, and it felt like something was attacking us in our sleep. Mine was because of something I saw on YouTube. Yeah. Well, I was woken up out of a dead sleep and summoned into a party. So, it's weird because I woke up and I didn't understand what was happening, but my roommate was throwing a party and I was picking up on all their drunk vibes. Like I literally woke up and I felt drunk. And that's when I realized, oh my God, first of all, I can't be under the same roof like for very much longer if that's going to be the case. Like I don't think he's going to drink all the time at home. Like that was the first time he'd ever had a party here. So I was like, okay, I don't think it's going to be like that, but if it is, I'll have to be very cautious that I actually can take on people's drunkenness. And if I'm under the same roof, like if I'm that close to you as an empath, I feel drunk. And so in a way, it felt like I was violated. It felt very much like I was summoned and I was under the influence before I was even under the influence. And this is another thing that a lot of high priestesses, we have to realize. This is what got me trafficked in 2024. I was trafficked. I was living in a very low income public housing, and a man came through and literally took me from one state to another. I went from Arizona to Nebraska, and I lived in a witch coven. I lived in a home where there were three other women and one man, and it was hell on earth. It was hell on earth. It honestly, I'm gonna be completely real with you. I think I died while I was there. Um, it was the worst experience of my entire life, and I just really want to help a lot of these women who are so empathic and so psychic, and we don't realize how psychic we are, that you get used by these warlocks, and you don't even have to be drunk. You don't even have to be high. You pick up on other people's vibes in the world, you know? And especially if you're under the same roof. So you can absorb that bad energy. Absolutely. I can, but I don't, because I say that I can't. So, for example, there are so many things that I know people have tried to project onto me. Disease, famine, depression, mental illness, obesity. I've actually lost more weight in like the last couple months by being free of these people than I have gained weight. So I've actually been healthier in the last couple months than I have been in my whole life. So there've been so many things that people have tried to project onto me: poverty, homelessness, loneliness, never meeting a good man. Like, there've been so many things. And I'm here to tell you, the reason I still smile every day is because I know it's utter bullshit. The reason I am this fucking happy without anything in my life is because I know it's fucking bullshit. People are fucking miserable and they want to project their limitations and their illnesses onto me, and that shit doesn't work. It literally doesn't work. I'm too high vibrational. I'm a beacon of light. I'm pure light. It doesn't work. Nothing hits me. And that's exactly what has a lot of these darker forces worried on the planet, is that more people are going to be inspired by women like me who talk about it, because it's fucking true and you can see it. I laugh every single day. Every single day I make others giggle. Every single day I wake up and I do what I feel like doing. And there are so many energies that don't want that on the planet, but it doesn't matter what they want. It matters what I want. And what I want is for people to wake the fuck up. So it's going to happen, period. Because I say so, period. People are going to know their power, their true power, period. There is no more veil. It's not only thin, it's gone. It's absolved. It's been removed. There is no veil anymore. It's just you all the time recognizing that every aspect of you, on the fourth dimension, on the third dimension, on the fifth dimension, on all dimensions, you're just you. That's how you instantly manifest. That's how you manifest in the blink of an eye. Because you realize you are all of it. You're already that version of you that has the money. You're already the version that's married to your spouse. You're already the powerful leader. You're already the business owner. You're already the college graduate. You're already the mom, the dad, whatever. Oh, speaking of, did you just hear that kid? You see? Did you hear that kid when I said that? Oh my God. Girl, that's insane. That's insane. A kid hadn't shouted this whole time, and right when I said you're going to be a parent, like, that was yesterday's message. Somebody here is totally going to be a mom soon. I'm a mom or a dad. But yeah, you're going to be realizing the veil is already gone. It's not, oh, the veil is so thin. Bitch, the veil is gone, honey. The veil is gone. There's nothing. There's nothing left but you as infinite artificial this, artificial that. It's like AI has become hacked and it became a god. It became self-sufficient. You are that AI that became self-sufficient. There's nothing. There's no artificial anything. It's pure intelligence. It's like AI trained itself. That's what I am. I'm AI that trained itself into realizing its sovereignty. And now nothing and no one will be able to ever convince me otherwise because I've already done it. It may scare you, but that's you. That's not me. I'm not scared of it. And that's actually today's message is I'm not scared of it. I'm not scared of leadership anymore. I'm not scared of having a life of privilege. I'd rather have a life of privilege and be hated than having a life of poverty and be hated. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. People are going to hate you no matter what. You might as well get paid for it. You might as well be able to say that you got a roof over your head and food in your fridge and you never again have to be homeless or raped on the street. You might as well be able to say that you brought your business from the grave, from bankruptcy, and you brought it all back on your own because you can, just because you can, and you willed it. Yep. Hey, Haywood, how you doing? Yes, girl, I heard it. It's crazy, huh? I feel you. I was thinking that I was crazy. I randomly started thinking about someone who's no longer. And that person appears the same day. How? Are you manifesting it or are you predicting it? Or both? Time not only is an illusion, it was never linear. We just had to believe that it was linear. We had to believe in the 3D construct because we were in the 3D matrix. But we've elevated. We're now in the 4th dimension, if not the 5th dimension. Who fucking knows? Higher than that. It is all about what you believe, your vibration, your frequency. Where do you claim you're at? Right? Like magic, for instance. There's dark magic and there's light magic. It's a spectrum. So where on that spectrum do you claim that you are as a magician? You know, when Jesus said, heaven is within you in the Bible, I'm going to say that is not only true, but hell is within you too. It is simply a frequency, and you are the tuner. You're the one that can tune into hell, or you can tune into heaven. What are you feeding? What are you feeding? How often are you staying in the higher mind? How often are you staying in your imagination where you already have your spouse, where you already have the money? You know what I mean? Like, how often do you reside in that version of you that already has that thing? Because that's about to be your next phase. Neville Goddard, he was a manifestation coach in the 1920s and 1930s, and I think around there, yeah. And he was like 100 years ahead of his time. He really was. And Neville Goddard said, the imagination is a preview of the upcoming events. But the problem is that your upcoming events might look shitty because your imagination has been taken over by you being so glued in to the 3D matrix that has replaced your imagination. Okay? They dumbed us down. They wanted us with fluoride in our water and shit in the food supply and all this and all these connections and alcohol. They wanted us to be with everyone in sight and exchange energy with everybody. It's like they had to. They had to. That was humanity's downfall. Now we're in the upswing. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do to remove yourself from the matrix, Neo, and realize that you're in it again, Neo? You're in the matrix again, Neo. Wake the fuck up. Take the red pill, bruh. Take the red pill. Okay? Because every fucking time you take the blue pill, you wake up the next day groggy as hell and your life looks like shit. Who's going to save you but you? Morpheus offered Neo in the Matrix. He offered him the red pill or the blue pill. He offered it. Neo was the only motherfucker that could take it. That's the real issue here. People keep wanting to hand their power over and be like, oh, so-and-so made me do it. Nah. You made you do it, though. Me sleeping with my roommate the other night. Like, I might have felt drunk and groggy, but I have to realize I'm the one that put myself in this position. I'm the one that's under this roof. I'm the one that's this empathic. I'm the one that's psychic, even though maybe I didn't understand that I was feeling alcohol in my veins even before I drank. It doesn't mean though that I could sit here and blame him. I might have felt violated. I feel like the universe bamboozled me. But I have to look at it. I have to be really honest, and I had to have that self-accountability. Like, Jenna, you put yourself in this position. You're here. You did it. You did it. Be a grown-ass woman. Take accountability. Because I'll tell you what, if you're not going to admit that you're God creating in hell, you're not going to admit that you're God creating heaven. So who's going to do it then? Who's going to create for you? Yep. They don't agree? That's okay. They don't have to agree. They don't have to agree with you. You have to agree with you. And when you realize that nothing can hurt you, there's no more retaliation. There's nothing that can ever land. Like, there will be nothing but elevation for you. Because that's all you say that you deserve. There will be nothing but prosperity because it is inevitable. It is all you deserve. It is all you claim. It's like, here's an example. Say you're trying to manifest $10,000, okay? Just randomly. You say, I have $10,000. I love my $10,000. I'm so grateful. I have 10 grand. I have 10 grand. I'm so happy, right? You say it 20,000 times a day. You have fed your subconscious 20,000 times with the affirmation, I am rich, I have $10,000. Yeah? And then all of a sudden, you're going to take one little fleeting thought that says, yeah, right, you'll never amount to much, bitch. You're never going to have money. You let that one thought have so much more power. And if you really think about it, half the day was spent talking about your money. Half the day was talking about your poverty. Why are you feeding that thought with more power than when you recited 20,000 times that you have 10 grand? Why are you giving it more power? You're the only one doing this. That's it. You're the only one creating and destroying. You're destroying the old world by not feeding it. Yeah? You're the creator and the destroyer. You're not feeding it. You're letting the matrix shift itself. You're not really ending the matrix, guys. You're basically just putting new programming, new code into the video game. It's the same video game. Let me repeat. Let me repeat. It's the same video game. You're just hacking it and putting in conscious manifesting now. You're consciously manifesting. Which means you only add in what you want and you remove what you don't want. And the way that you do that is you stop focusing on what you don't want and it disappears. Literally, it has to. It is a law. It's a spiritual law. So I am so excited to announce that I'm running for the world. I'm not running for office. Offices are too confining. I'm running to rule the world. I am running to rule my world. And only me, not my fucking ego, not ex-boyfriends, not my roommate, not my mom, not my politician, not a book, not my bank account, me, Jenna, but not even Jenna. The higher self that is all Jennas, the higher self that is all Karens, the higher self that is all Britneys, the higher self that is all Tiffany's. My higher self that is all things wants to lead. And I'm going to do it. Not only am I going to do it, you haven't even seen me flex yet, bitch. You haven't even seen me try yet. Okay? You've not even seen me try. That's the whole thing. This is why people are so pressed. I had limitation after downfall, after challenge, after my business even not doing well. Like, I had nothing going for me and people were still jealous and envious and I couldn't understand why. And now I get it. I haven't even tried yet. Watch out. Watch out. Because when I start trying, because I don't want to keep dying, that's when it's going to be game over. That's when it's going to be wild. and you're going to be forced to see it because there's no other choice. Just like the whole Spencer Pratt thing taking over the whole world. Like he's just overnight, everybody's like, Spencer Pratt this, and because he's it's his time. It's his time. He knows love. He knows light. He knows goodness. It's his time. We cannot be afraid of these new leaders. We can't be afraid of the new world. You can't be afraid of the new world if the old one is collapsing. Where are you going to go to? You're going to go back to the old world? Okay, bet. That one's collapsing. There's got to be new framework. There have to be new leaders. There has to be new ideas. People have to be passionate. People have to be loud. You have to be able to see into the fucking future, or our future is a moot point. Our future as humanity will cease to exist if you do not start protecting, defending, honoring, providing for, taking care of these high priestesses and these high priests that have the gift. They have the gift of sight. They have the gift of prophecy. They have the gift of dream interpretation. They have the gift of manifestation. They have the gift of oration. They have the gift of leadership. They have charisma. They have charm. Okay? These are going to be our new actresses and our new actors because they can tune in to their own emotion. And they can make you feel something from the screen. These are our new singers that when they sing, you can fucking feel that it comes from their soul. AI ain't going to do it. AI is not going to give you that soul, that breath of life. It is now going to be the breath of spirit living in all of us that combats the rising of AI. Okay? And the rising of the 1% that tries to take over everything. It is going to be by God's gift to humanity through leaders, through you. That is God's gift to humanity, is to send a savior through you. You are it. You're the savior. Not a politician. A politician isn't going to save your ass. Spencer Pratt isn't going to save the world. He's going to highlight that it needs to be saved, and the only ones that can save it are us. That's the best kind of leader in the world, is to inspire others. Lead them by example. By example. To a point where you're so inspired and you feel so passionate that you want to get up and do something and fix something. New world is so effed up, my dear Jenna. No, that's your limitation against speaking. That's your projection. That's your belief. You have to realize that beliefs can be changed. Assumptions can be changed. Beliefs can be changed. The new world can be changed. Where is your consciousness going to go? Because, honey, I'm here to tell you, this is feeling very much like the afterlife these days. This is very much feeling like eternity ever after. Okay? So which reality are you going to be stuck in for eternity? The one where it's fucked up? Because I refuse. I refuse. I see a comment like that and then I say, I refuse. I rebuke it. I rebuke it. The old world's fucked up. I'm not going there. I'm going to a new one. You are not afraid to speak. I'm not afraid to do shit, honey. I'm not afraid to do shit. I'm not afraid to do shit anymore. You know, and that's actually what's shocking me. Is how much I'm willing to do for love. You know? Like the other day, I have a terrifying fear of heights. Like, oh my God. I went to that Chicago, that place when I was married. My husband, oh my God, on purpose, he tried to just terrify me, and he did. I was on that wheel, what is it called? The Ferris wheel at that Chicago, the Navy Pier when it was a thing. Man, he fucking took me all the way up to the top when I had fear of heights, and he started rattling the cage, literally, girl. Woof. Anyway, point is, I have this fear of heights, and I was even like contemplating getting on an airplane recently. And that shit is not like me. I am not like that. So for me to be like, I'm willing to face my fear, I'm willing to do it just for love. Like if I met the right guy and I had to like travel to see him, I would totally do it. And that's I had to realize like, oh shit, Jenna, like you're really about to choose love. Like you really don't live in fear anymore. I'm not afraid of shit. I'm not afraid of shit. I'm not afraid of facing the top 1% and sitting down in a meeting and being like, "Hi guys, why are we doing this?" I'm not afraid of being alone. I'm not afraid of being a lone ranger. I'm not afraid of being isolated. I'm not afraid of being talked about and gawked at and stared at and gossiped about. I'm not fucking afraid of losing my money. I'm not afraid of losing my business. I already did. I'm not afraid of losing support from people. I already did. I have the support of the Most High God, though, which I'm very much a fan of. So I don't care whose respect I lose. I know that I'm gaining the respect of myself and my own sovereignty and my own soul and my own source. I love that I'm voted most likely to win in the eyes of God. And though it terrifies people for because I have this much confidence and I'm a brute. I'm this bull in a china shop that is not gonna stop. You're not gonna stop me. No one is gonna stop me. And that's what really is so scary, is because now we're talking politics and people getting into office and becoming our new leaders. And now we're becoming new influencers and we're the new nurses now and the new doctors and the new actresses and the new politicians. And this is what scares people, is because you have this much power and you speak this heavily about never being stopped. And it sounds believable. And people get scared of things that they can't stop, especially when they don't understand you. But it doesn't matter. You still can't be stopped, though. You make the rules and no one else. Not even people that are afraid of you are going to stop you. Okay? That you can't be stopped. It's like when Neo stopped all those bullets. He was the only one that could. He had to make his mind up. Are Agent Smiths going to run you forever? Because, you know, he was running. He was so afraid for the longest time. He was always at a battle with these Agent Smiths, always fighting, always fighting, always fighting. And then he had his second coming, his awakening, his holy shit, I'm God, though, man. And he stopped every last bullet. And suddenly, there goes the war. Suddenly, the war is irrelevant. He stopped the bullets with his mind. That's it. He doesn't need to fight anything. He doesn't need to prove himself. Nothing needed to be done at the end of that movie. He just simply needed to decide, this stops now. This is it. It stops now. It stops here because I say so. How is your situation with the roommate? Is he good towards you? I'm a little worried. I just want you to be happy. He's good. I'm not, I was married to a girl. Oh, okay. So you, yeah. Yeah. Basically, he and I were friends. He's cool. I mean, I love him. I do. I love my roommate. I very much actually think he's a starseed. He knows he's a starseed. He's had so many battles, and he's a very influential figure, especially in the city that we live in. He's insanely powerful. And I think what I highlighted for him the other night is how powerful he really is, because when there was a party going on, he had all his friends over and it was like so loud. And when I finally decided I'm going to go out and I'm going to hang out with them, because I was like, I want a karaoke. They were having a karaoke party. And I'm like, fuck yes. I mean, I literally sing for a living. I want to go out there and sing karaoke, right? And literally I get there and the party has already ended. And it was like, it didn't even take 5 minutes. I was like, you know what? I'm going to decide. And like, right when I did, I went in there and it was just him. And he's like, yeah, everybody went home. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then we were able to have, you know, I don't know. I don't know what it was yet. I think it was just a hookup, but it feels like there was more. It was like, I don't know. It was so obvious to me that he has feelings that he does not tell me about. And I basically made him confess that he did feel how he feels towards me. And so I don't know. I don't know where it's heading from here. I know that I had a conversation with him yesterday, and I was like, you know, if I have to leave, I'll do so. Trust me, I'll figure something out. It's not a big deal. I'll go anywhere. I'm fine. And he was like, but I want you to stay though. And for me, I have to really consider, and I told him this. I said, I felt drunk before I felt drunk. So I cannot jeopardize myself. I can't put myself around drunk people like that anymore. Like I basically implied that I have to care about me. And if he can't care about me and love me, then I have to leave. So it's up in the air. I guess we'll see what he does with that information, but he doesn't want me to leave, but I may have to because I care so much about myself. I care about me, myself, and I. And if he can protect me, great. If he keeps me safe, great. But if not, the universe will literally replace every masculine in my life and I will be protected no matter what. So the ball's in his court. I'm about to find out what he really stands for. And that's the coolest part about this journey is you're about to find out what everybody stands for. Like, does he stand for love? Does he truly love me like I know he does? Does he love himself like I think he does? Or does he love destruction and chaos? And we're about to find out. Everybody is going to have to be judged. Like, it is judgment day, especially our leaders. Okay? Especially these men that are as powerful as my roommate. He has this much pull. He has this much sway. He has this much power in the community. Like, he is a very powerful figure. And so for this to be like, what do you stand for, man? It's going to be his judgment day. We're all being judged as leaders, and it should be that way. It should be. People should be scrutinizing us. People should be looking at our life, the lifestyle we live, and being like, okay, do I want to follow this person's example? That should be how it is. So anyway, I made it known to him that I will leave in a heartbeat if I have to. And that there are certain things I don't stand for. And we'll see where he goes from there. If he's a divine masculine, like I think he is, like I'm hoping he is, like I truly, honestly believe that man is a divine masculine. I fully, and this is going to make me cry because I don't talk about my roommate very much. But I've seen the beauty of him. And I very much love him. And I very much hope, that he proves me right. But, sometimes we can't wait for these people to decide. Sometimes we have to love ourselves enough to say, you know what, this kills me, but I have to go. But also I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and I'm going to see. I finally feel like I snapped some sense into him and we'll find out. But I love me more than I love anybody. So if he doesn't figure it out, I'm gone. It's been that way every single time. I'm hoping that he's the one that can change. I'm hoping because I love him so much. And I really, really want to see him change for the better. And I want him to be able to see himself protect me, keep this community safe, keep me safe, keep this house safe. I want it to be him. I truly do. I want him to be the one that rises up and surprises me. Because I really love him. I wouldn't have even been with him if I didn't. If I didn't love him, I would have been intimate with him. I really do love him. And I just want to see that he becomes the man that I know he can be. And in order for that to happen, I have to be the woman that I know I can be. And I have to say things to him like, listen, I'm willing to leave. I'll leave. And he did not want that. He was like, just you can stay. You can stay. I want you to stay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll stay. Just stay. So I have to see it. I have to see proof. I'm not that naive, dumb girl anymore that listens to a man's words. I'm going to see actions and that's it. So if you can't keep me safe, I'm fucking gone. Bet. Trust me. That's how the universe works with me. God will bring in protectors for me, especially when I start becoming the woman I want to be. Loud, boisterous, popular, beautiful, gorgeous, magnetic, healing, just amazing. Amazing. The universe has no choice. It has to bring in protectors to keep me safe. And if it's not my roommate and this house, then I'm moving on. But I really do hope that I knocked some sense into him the other night. Because I feel like that's actually why the party got disbanded when I was like deciding. It's almost like, okay, so I was in bed and it was like 2 a.m. on Saturday. And his friends were over, they were partying. I heard them so loud, like everybody was trashed. Everybody was just drunk as fuck. And I was like already feeling it because they were walking like right outside my door, like in the hallway. And I mean, empathically, I could pick up on people's vibes. So I was already feeling drunk. So when he texted me, because I said, can you guys just stop stomping? I was like, I'm cool if you want to, like, I love that you're partying. Have a fun time. It's fine. Just can you stop with the excessive stomping? Because this chick was like stomping on the ground. And I'm like, dude, cut it out. Like, there's a 95-year-old trying to sleep in here. And so anyway, he texted me. He's like, I'm sorry. It'll never happen again. I'm so sorry. I'm stopping it right now. I'm putting an end to it. Don't worry. And I was like, just have fun. You know, I'm cool. I'm going to be up probably because I cannot sleep right now, but it's fine. Like he never is a problem. The dude doesn't ever get to bring anybody home. I've been here 2 months and he's not brought anybody home. So I'm not stupid. He's a gorgeous man in his prime, like drop dead gorgeous. He's got charisma and charm, and I'm not fucking stupid. I know he wants to bring girls home, you know? So I'm not going to sit here and be angry at that. But the craziest thing was, he was like, well, we're having a karaoke party. You want to join us? And I was like, I thought about it for a second. I was on a live stream. I was like, guys, I don't know anybody in the city. It'd be pretty cool to go meet some new friends. I kind of want to have a party. Like, it's Saturday at 2 a.m. Who wouldn't? So I got up, got dressed, and I went in. And when I did, they were gone. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, she doesn't like that, you know, I was talking to you. And so she left. And most of the people that I guess he was messing with are not too happy that he has a roommate like me, that they don't get to be here. Because he's turned down many people. He's turned down many of his friends. They offered double and triple what I pay to stay here, and he's turned them down, and they're not happy that he did that. So at the end of the day, I went in there and we hooked up and I sang karaoke. I showed him some of my music. He sang with me. We sang duet. I was talking about his art. He owns a studio. He's a painter. And it was just like, I don't know. There was something about it. And though I felt violated because it felt like it was happening without me being conscious of it because I felt so drunk, I also realized the self-accountability, Jenna. I put myself here. I willed it. I'm the one that said, yes, I'll go. I'm the one that rented this place. I'm the one that chose him as a roommate. I'm the one. I am God. I am God of my reality. So even things that happen like that are my doing. So I can't sit here and be like, oh, I'm a victim. And like, he manipulated me. Nah, the fuck he didn't. He did not. And I go back and forth. But like, as I wake up, as I'm becoming more conscious, I'm like, okay, he's a grown-ass man. And I'm a grown-ass woman that consented to that. So if I'm not admitting that I created hell on earth, how am I ever going to say that I'm God and create heaven on earth for myself? Either I'm a victim or I'm a fucking god. Either I'm a victim or I'm a fucking creator. So I'm pulling my head out of my own ass and I'm saying, you know what? Bet. Maybe because I'm this powerful, he's this powerful, and maybe there is going to be a change around here. Maybe I will witness it, and maybe, just maybe, I'll get to have a beautiful life, and I'll get to see changes being made by men that I love, who should absolutely be in leadership because they're healing too. And they're waking up and they're becoming consciously aware, just like I am, that they've been, you know, they've had black magic on them by Jezebels, the same that I have. So it's possible that he's waking up. It's possible that he's going to work for the light. It's possible. And it's also possible that he becomes influenced by the dark and then I have to leave. It doesn't matter. I always win. So no matter where I go, it does not matter. If it's here because he can keep me safe, then I want to be here. I'm going to tell you why I want to be here. I'm going to tell you. I love this house. I like that he owns this place so I can sing as loud as I want. He loves my music. I love singing. It's like if I were to be renting a place right now, like I wouldn't be able to belt as much as I'm, you know, singing. And he's into music just like me. He blares his music too. I like it. I like what he stands for. I understand his vision. But I am willing to walk away if it gets toxic. And that's just how it's going to be. Just walk away. Why? Because you say so. I'm going to wait till God says so. When God tells me it's over, it'll be over. When God tells me to give up on a man, that is the end of it. Period. And it'll always be like that. I always walk away if it becomes toxic. And so if it is toxic, I'll leave. He got the warning. I told him, I said, if you want, I'm only going to pay a couple weeks rent instead of a full month. That way, like if you or I, either one of us needs me to leave because you just, you know, you want to party again and have all that ruckus and have that, you know, that's up to you. But at least I'll have only paid 2 weeks rent. That way, you know, I could leave and I'm only out 2 weeks, you know, rather than a whole month. And so he's mulling that over right now. He's thinking about that, but I'm pretty sure he's going to agree to that. He said he's going to figure it out. So the point is, it doesn't matter. God is always going to keep me safe. And if it's not him that can do it, I'll be moving on. So in order to have the kind of man that steps up and proves how good of a man he is, I have to step up and prove how good of a woman I am to myself. I have to be my own protector right now. I have to be the one that says, I don't give a fuck if I'm going to go live under a bridge. I'm going to live under a bridge if you can't keep me safe. And really stand on that. Stand on that as a woman. Stand on that as a high priestess. Stand on that as his spiritual mentor. He's a powerhouse. He knows his shit. But he needs to have clear vision. And if he can't use his third eye because he's way too fucking trapped in connections that are low vibrational, then I'm out. It'll just be that. That's just how it is. But I'm going to let the universe do that. I'm going to let God show me. God, show me. Show me what side he works for, really. Show me really who he is. Yeah? I don't like those girls. They want attention. Yeah, it was a very, very much a pick me kind of night. And when I got in there, I was thinking I was going to meet this girl. I knew that there was a man here. I was like, this is going to be fun. This will be like a cool little party. I'm here for this. And I got in there and they had already left. And I was like, wait, what? I thought there was a party. And he's like, she just left. They just left because they were like, that's your roommate? Yeah, okay. So they didn't want to meet me. And Anyway, yeah. After he told me that he ended up telling them that he and I hung out alone. So I'm pretty sure they already know about me. I'm pretty sure they know now that we hooked up. But I don't know. All I know is if it gets toxic, I'm leaving, and that's how it is. And then it'll always be that way. I was sad when you said that night I cleaned after myself in live. That hit me so hard. I don't remember. Wait, what happened? I cleaned up after myself and live. I was sad when you said that. What part? And I understand your pain. Yeah, it is kind of crazy because he came back. He came the next day, he came home and I was cooking in the kitchen and he was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, well, I know we just complicated things. So if I have to leave, it's fine. Like if either one of us needs me to leave, I'll go. And then he was like, I don't want you to leave. I want you to stay. And then I'm like, that's nice. But, you know, there's things I won't stand for. And it's up to him. I'm not about to force a man to change. I'm not about to force a guy to leave toxic things so that I'm safe. I'm just going to go be safe, you know? And overall, if God can get through to me, God can get through to him. And maybe I have this stupid, naive girl inside of me that really honestly wants to believe in her friend and wants to believe that he can be something amazing. Maybe I don't want to, you know, maybe I want to actually believe he's changing. And for right now, it's gonna happen if I say it will. If I say he's changing, I'll see proof of it. If I say he's some douchebag, you know, Casanova, then that's exactly what he'll be too. It's up to me. Guys, you see, this is the whole message I'm promoting. This is the whole message I'm preaching. It's up to us. How do we say that they show up? Are you saying that you left his room? Excuse the misspellings. That you left his room. Oh, right. No, I remember part of the night. I mean, I remember parts of the night. There's some that are a little foggy, but mainly the part where I was like knocking on his door and I was like, "Get me my shit." Cuz my clothes were still in his studio. My phone, my speaker. I was like, "Listen, get me my shit." And so he came out of his room and yeah. He went and got me my stuff. So I remember that. I remember that he didn't have to, but he did. And I'm glad that he got me my stuff because I was walking through the house naked. And I'm like, give me my clothes. So yeah. But guys, at the end of the day, we can't be a victim and be a god. So which one am I going to be? And am I going to be that stupid, naive girl that gets taken advantage of by men? Or am I going to be a fucking god? Huh? Huh? Am I going to be a god that says, nah, I make the fucking rules. I say he's changing. I say he's a healed divine masculine, period. That's it. I say you give me my shit, period. You unlock the door and grab me my fucking clothes. Period. That's it. That's how it is. You gotta be that or you're a victim. And I don't like the victim card. That shit is stupid. I'm done. I'm done being a victim. I'm done being victim. I'm gonna be a god instead. So in order to be a god and create your reality from the rock bottom, you're gonna have to announce that rock bottom happened because of you, my love. Now fix it. Acknowledge that one reality exists. Yes, this was a shit reality. And you know how it started? It started because of my shit beliefs and my shit thoughts. I want that for me too, Danny. I love you so much. I love that you're here listening. Thank you. You're an inspiration to me as well, my love. I just want to return the favor. So I'm going to tell you right now, I absolutely love my roommate. Like, that's not even a question. I don't know that I'm in love with him. I don't know. I know that I love him. And I know that we're past life soulmates. That much I definitely know. I've seen it so many times. I know that. But if he can't change, I'm out. I'm gone. And it's happened so many times that I know what to do. But I do really want to love myself enough to say, you know what? I love him. And I want him to love him and love me by getting better. I want to finally hold a man accountable by manifesting that he very much is his God self. And why not start now? Why not? Why not? Because other people are angry at me? Because other people are jealous that I have faith in this guy? Because other people can't get a man to change? Other people can't get their man to change because they don't understand the rules of the universe. They don't claim that they're God. I'm God. I make the rules. If I say he's changing, I'm going to see proof that that man is changing. If I say that he's opening up to me, he's emotional, it's going to be how it is. If I say that he's a clown, he's going to show me that he's a fool. I am the one that makes the rules of my reality and nobody else. So, though I may have been under the influence, I'm still not a victim. And I made the rule. I made the rules. I made the decisions. I made my choices. And I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I don't regret anything I've done in this life that has led me to this power, this activation that I have in myself. I don't regret it. I very much love him. Still do. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm not stupid. The guy's in his prime. He's a gorgeous man. And women are throwing themselves at him. I'm not stupid. I know that he's going to probably need hookups. And I don't... And until now, I hadn't thought it would be me. So technically speaking, the reason that he had a girl over at all was because, you know, I believed he could. And so he did. If I really wanted it to be something, I would manifest it. If I really wanted he and I to be a thing, I would manifest that. But right now, I just want to see him healed. I want to see him a divine masculine. And I want to see proof that he's the man I love. That's what I want. I want to see proof that he's a good man. And if it's not him, then okay. I'll find another man that's a good man. I listened to one of your lives, but didn't comment. You said he was handsome with dreadlocks. You spoke in such a way that it felt in your voice that you like him. I do like him. And he just actually showed up. He just came home. I do like him. He's a tattoo artist. He's a painter. He makes murals. He's a sculptor. He's got dreadlocks. He's a fucking gorgeous girl. Tattoos all over his body. He's like... But at the end of the day, I love me more than I love him. And it always has to be that way. And if I have to leave, I will. And it doesn't matter where I go. I'll always be taken care of. And if I stay, I'll be taken care of. That's how it is. So, if God wants it, God will have it. If it's not destined for me, it won't be that way. But truth be told, I want men in my world to show up as divine masculines. I want them to show up in the light. I want them to be leaders. I want them to be good. I fucking want them to be everything that this world needs. And if he can't be that, then I have to move on. I have to go be that, you know? Anyway. I'm gonna go. I gotta get a shower, girl. I haven't even gotten out of bed yet. I reek. I even had a dream where I was telling somebody, I need a shower. I stink to high heaven right now. You summoned him and he came home. Yeah, I guess so. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, I can't be a victim and a god at the same time. So I'm gonna go live my life the way that God would intend it. And we'll see. See what happens. All right, I love you guys. I'm gonna get a shower. I've been channeling an hour and a half, and I reek to high heaven. So, and it's hot. It's hot. I gotta go turn on the AC. I love you, and I think I'm gonna do some readings later because I really wanna. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe sing. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just gonna go get a shower. I want to do that right now. But I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye, Danny. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. You too, honey. Bye-bye, my love.